Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mickstar, and this is a list of 5 animes which I think they dropped the ball on. Yeah, I know a lot of people can have different views on this topic, but yeah, I have my own. Like a lot of people would say, it's if it doesn't start off good, or the middle's bad, or they lose interest or something, I don't know. But the way I see this is basically where they drop it at the end. Then again, there's one that kind of does it the whole way through, but you'll see when we get there. But yeah, my take on this is just like as I said, when they drop it at the end or towards the end. So I'm not saying that all these animes aren't good, because they are good. They just, as I said, drop it towards the end, which I wonder why they did it. So let's begin. So first one, which has its actual position low down, because the first one I'm going to show and the last one I'm going to show are in their actual positions. One in the three in the middle aren't. They float around and either good or bad. I don't know where to list them. But the first one is Shakugan no Shana Season 3. Yeah, okay, a slight problems I have think they dropped the ball on. That yeah, they had a whole city to play with, as they did throughout the other 2 seasons, but there's no people at all. The only ones you see is the denizens, the flame hazes, the humans, the people that are with the flame hazes, and Yuji's mum. That's it. That's all you see. Not many people for a whole season. You hear about him on the news, but that's it. But apart from that, nothing. But yeah, it does that all the way through, and it does kind of pick up towards the end, as a lot of them do, because we finally find out what the corpse collector is actually trying to accomplish, which he actually does at the end. He's collecting enough, energy or existence or whatever it is. I can't fully remember. Basically, to bring back everyone who was eaten by the denizens. So everyone gets their life back, and no one's a torch, which is good. And with Ryuji being a torch, and in this season he became a denizen to help out the denizens as well. Basically, to make a complete copy of Earth. Actually, just this one location, I think it was, in like a parallel universe or something, and basically so they can exist there without eating anybody, because it's full of existence and what they feed on, so they won't need to. But yeah, that is my take on it. Like good things, bad things, but yeah, I still think they kind of dropped the ball about whole season, just because of the fact they didn't have that many people to interact with. So yeah, next one. 3D Kanajo Real Girl. I think that's how it is all. My take on this is, yeah, it is a good anime, as I say with all of them. And when I watched this, I saw it as like a sort of love story in a way, because you have the top two, the main two characters, Nerd and Miss Popular, and they get together and start going on dates and all that stuff, as typical. But then we find out towards the end that she's got like a tumor in her brain or something, and when it gets removed, there's a chance she could lose all the memories. But with all this, you find out that this relationship that's formed here wasn't actually supposed to be anything. It was just her whim that she just wanted to do. Just 1 year to just experience it, and that was it. I'm gonna lose it. But then again, at the end, they kind of sort of meet up, and I don't know. I think it's starting to mend the relation, get together again. But then we have the two below, which is Mr. Popular and girl who's got a crush on him. Which, yeah, I'm going to skip over a lot of stuff, but yeah, they do get together at the end, which is the take on three different relationships in a way. So crush actually becoming an actual item at the end. But it's just the bottom two which I say it kind of drops it on. Because yeah, it's two people that have problems with getting together with someone, relationship wise. But as soon as I'm not naming any names, I can't remember them all. He actually sorts out, kind of helps her to get over issues with relationships and that. Basically, it was, I'm going to help you, and then basically, yeah, you think there's going to be a relationship between the three different relationships. But nope, it was, thank you for helping me get out my problems and that. Now get lost. I'm gonna go date that guy. That is one thing I think they dropped the ball on. Because then after all this, there's sort of time skip a few months. Or no, it's a few years, sort of. And then when they all meet up again, yeah, as I said, the main girl has actually forgot him, and yeah, I don't know. The other two are actually married, and she's pregnant. And two at the bottom, he's still on his own, and she has already had two boyfriends already and got divorced. So it was, thank you for helping me out my slump. Now fuck off. So yeah, I think they dropped the ball on that. They should have had three relationships in three different ways, all getting together at the end. I don't know, that's just my take on it. So, next one. Maria the Virgin Witch. As I say, good. So, like, things where they dropped the ball on. Well, okay, not drop the ball on, that's towards the end. But why in animes do gods kind of have to be a jerk? Because in this, let's see, instead of God telling people not to fight, it's basically, I'm just going to sit and do nothing, and my angels are just going to be there to bring them up when they die. That's it. Not trying to stop them or anything. And Maria is the only one who's trying to stop them, and God is trying to stop her from stopping them. Which, why is God a jerk? That's just one thing I want to know. And the whole premise on this is, yeah, Maria's a witch, and she's a virgin, and also God kind of put like a curse on her or something. When she loses her virginity, she starts becoming a witch. But yes, they kind of dropped. Well, they didn't. Well, they dropped the ball, but not fully, because at the end, technically, she's still a virgin, but she's gonna have a child. The child is an angel that was sent to watch over her to make sure she doesn't interfere and all that stuff. But there's just one scene that they could have shown at the end of it, or made one OVA, which would clear everything up. Which all he had to do was show an image of her being pregnant with Ezekiel next to her, which is the angel. Okay, that's the only one I can remember, and Maria. Or an OVA with the same thing. That was it. That's all they had to do. But they didn't. They just left it with her pregnant and them going to the village. How is she still not a witch? Because I just don't get it. But yeah, not really much to say on that. But let's move on to the next one. The Eighth Son. Are you kidding me? This I don't know. I so think they dropped the ball on this. Because yeah, when an anime does what this did, start in with future events, basically you should start with like a fight or something, a battle that's going on, so it draws your anticipation towards that. But they decided to start it in a field, re energizing the land or reforming the land. But yeah, I can kind of let that slide. Or then again, it's the way how it ends. But then again, you still have issues within it. Well, one issue is how in the hell did he get brought sent to this world? Because it was an office worker, exhausted, fell asleep, and then it was him. So basically, you got to think one of three things. Well, how did he die? What happened? And why now? Yeah, you just got to think that. Yeah, how did he die? How did he get here? And why did he just regain himself at this point? Nothing else happened. But as I say, the thing at the end that kind of they dropped the ball on, they end it the exact same way they started it. There was even a fight before this which they could have once started it from and ended it at the fields. Yeah, that would have been fine. But if you're starting in the fields, please end it beyond the field. Because yeah, when animes do that, I prefer it to be like a, I don't know, a 6 in a way. You start off at one point, then you go back to where it started, and then you pass that bit where it did start off, and you end up a bit further on. So basically, instead of showing him reforming the land, show him further beyond when he's older, and yeah, he's got 2 titles he can give to two people when the time's right. They could have ended it by him handing out those titles. They could have done that. No, they decided not to. Just end it where it started. So make it just do a circle. That was it. Because comparing this to another anime which has done the 6, how I prefer it, is a Venus First Virus. Because it starts with the end fight scene around the beginning, but then when we watch it, it goes back to the beginning of how it all heard how the other girl joined her, the other one, and ends with at the end of the fight. That was actually reasonable and done good. This one wasn't. But yeah. Now moving on to my next one, which is the whole, which does stand on the top, which is Buddy Fight Ace. Because there are so many problems with this, and especially the ending completely sucks. Because yeah, we have Yuga. We have, well, basically it's all about Yuga, and one thing you find out when you watch it, yeah, Gao and Periko got together. That in the original Buddy Fight never even crossed Periko's mind that she liked Gao. The only time which could have insinuated that she was starting to get emotions to him was basically when he filled in for her towards the end in the commentating aspect because she was kind of either exhausted or not well or something, or she couldn't make the match. But she did later on. But that's the only time when you can actually might see a little connection between those two. But from the whole buddy fights before this, it was always Haruko, I'm head or heels for Tsuku. No one else. Nothing was even mentioned. And then in Ace, we have a picture of basically probably when it kind of started, which was basically about what basically half of a year or so when Gal went to America with his mum to help teach, and then came back. They got together, as kind of the picture shows, and then that was it. And then basically he's off again. I'm still wondering why they didn't decide to bring Gal into this. They could have had it. Like Gal having fight battles against Yuga. It would bring the Thunder Empire still in, still make them relevant. Even though it's about the Gargantua and Gaga and all this stuff. But they still could have done this. It would have made more interaction with older people and a lot of stuff. But yeah, that was kind of some issues I had with it. Gal never showed up. Haruko and Gal's relationship was never mentioned on how they got together, and basically everything else. But the main reason is why they dropped the ball on this. Because, yeah, at the end, Vanity against Ranma, Yuga against Ranma, and basically at the end of the battle, it was basically you're getting arrested because you destroyed a bridge. Not because you hit someone, even though you spat them out right in front of the cop. You're getting arrested for destroying a bridge. That was it. One measly bridge. And then he also said that his hatred for them would not subside. And then what happens when he comes out of the buddy fight prison or whatever it is? It's, hey, I'll be good. I don't want to go back in there. Good. I thought the whole issue with them finding these rogue monsters and that was to send them back. Not to bring them in, put them in jail, and then release them later. I don't get it. Can someone explain it? Because I'm completely confused here. But yeah, which they could have, and to make this a hell of a lot better, all they had to do was end it at a cliffhanger for chance of another season. Because I know the whole reason they had to sort of do this in a way was because they was losing the means to make the anime, which they decided to rush it and end it. But they could have ended it as they originally were planning, and then left it as the cliffhanger, as like a lot of other things do. Like Food Wars for one, because they end the season within a competition. Why can't Buddy Fight have done the exact same thing? But yeah. That is the 5 animes that I say dropped the ball on. That's a little bit of information about why I think that. And, well, little bits of how I would say they could have improved on it. But, I don't know if it would actually help. Because a lot of these are old at this point. Well, actually, all of them are. Over 2 years at least. Yeah. I'm going to end this here because I spoke a lot and this video's gone on for quite a bit. I think it's the longest like talking that I've actually ever done. The other times I think they've only been 10 and 15, and they've actually been longer, and technically that I've been talking about 10 animes at that point. But yeah, so again, I'm going to end this here. So if you liked it, hit the like button, subscribe, bell for notifications, comment. I want to know what you think and if I was right, and what else animes you think drop the ball towards the end. And I'll see you next time. Bye.